Thanks for joining us. It's been a dizzying past week keeping up with tariff policy. Tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum took effect. Meanwhile, tariffs on most goods from Mexico are supposed to take effect April 2nd. Emily Haugen explains how that could affect businesses locally.
If you're seeking authentic Mexican flavors in New Hope, look no further than La Picante Market.
We try to have a specialty in food here, different from the other people.
Foods largely from Mexico and African countries.
3, 4.
Mahmoud Habib owns the shop. It's been there since the late 90s and fills a much-needed niche in New Hope. Habib says probably 80% of the goods are imported. 60% of it is from Mexico, particularly the produce.
Serving the community, so whatever they're looking for, we get it for them.
But George John, a marketing professor at the University of Minnesota, says incoming tariffs could make those prices go up.
It's more of a non-economic reason for doing it, but it's an economic tool that our government is using to try and shape the relationship between us and these countries.
He said tariffs will show up in different ways. Non-labeled items may be especially hard hit.
The bigger shift is going to come in the commodity-style products, the unbranded products.
Unbranded products, John says, like green bell peppers or avocados. Though tariffs won't hit consumers directly, Habib acknowledges that it's likely they'll feel the effects.
It's the same situation when Joe Biden made the minimum wages higher. It's affects the people, everything is more expensive. It's not helping the people to live better.
Even so, Habib says he'll fight for the lowest prices for his customers.
I try to provide everything for the community as much as we can.
The ones who have kept him in New Hope for more than 20 years. Emily Haugen, CCX News.
People in the West Metro looking for a place to seek urgent care will soon have another option later this summer. Work is underway in Golden Valley on the urgency room. Once it's up and running this August, the clinic will be staffed by emergency room physicians, nurses, and skilled staff who are equipped to handle almost any injury or illness where people might otherwise go to an ER. This will be the urgency room's fourth location, but the first in the West Metro. They expect it to be the busiest.
Our projections are this could be upwards of 52,000 in very short order. It sort of depends on, the community's appetite and what kind of service we deliver. And I think it's an enticing prospect for patients who haven't had an alternative.
Unlike a standard ER, the urgency room is an outpatient facility with no inpatient or overnight rooms. Patients can also book appointments or schedule telehealth visits. A fiber optic internet business has plans to, quote, future-proof the city of Robbinsdale. Minnetonka-based U.S. Internet plans to build a dedicated fiber optic network throughout the city. The company will demolish the shuttered Robbinsdale Clinic building on West Broadway and construct a new building. It will also lay fiber underground throughout the city, a project that's expected to take 3 years. The company sees itself as the future of high-speed internet. It already has a presence in cities like Minneapolis, Edina, Minnetonka, and St. Louis Park. A Cooper High School teacher is in the running for the Minnesota Teacher of the Year Award. Kevin Miller met him in the classroom where he makes a special connection with students.
How are you guys doing? Do you have any questions? Just getting settled in?
Cooper High School teacher Garrett Bruce.
So, is 3 times 2 give you 5?
Brings a passion to the classroom.
Oh, oops.
I go through the whole gamut of emotions where I get excited when they get something that they've been working really, really hard on. The X itself still stays X.
He's an expert in complicated formulas.
Yep, the 12x squared.
Like algebra.
This looks amazing.
And encouragement.
Make sense? Yeah. A lot of these kids come in with years and years of being told that it's okay, you're not a math person, which is a ridiculous statement in itself. Yeah, Khalil, what's up?
He builds connections with students.
Do you want to walk through an example?
Worth more than just a math equation.
It means a lot that I'm able to build those strong, positive relationships with these students. Like, it's something that every year that I try to intentionally do. So what's -1?
And those close relationships come in handy
Like in the Sem 1?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When he's pushing students to learn new and tough topics.
So that's kind of like getting them to break through that wall and make them believe that they can do math and they can be successful at it. Combine the like terms.
That special connection helped bring him a nomination
Because you're going to add those exponents.
for the Teacher of the Year award.
Just to, number one, be nominated was special in its own right, but to get as far as I have right now, that's pretty amazing. Awesome.
He's a semifinalist and the only Robbinsdale area school's teacher left in the running.
7y squared.
It's an honor that left him almost speechless.
It's hard to put in the words. Like, I don't get into teaching to do any, like, win awards or make millions and millions of dollars. We're adding polynomials.
For Garrett,
Yep. Remember that squared term.
that time spent teaching
These are the y cubes.
is an award
One looks good.
all its own.
You know, it gets me up in the morning. It's still something that I want to go in, want to do, and change students' minds about mathematics as a whole. And
In New Hope, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Mr. Bruce is one of 31 semifinalist candidates for Teacher of the Year. That list will be narrowed down to 10 candidates in the coming days. The winner will be announced in May. We wish him well. Stay tuned. More news and sports in a moment.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. The Benilde-St. Margaret's girls basketball team aims for a 3rd consecutive state Class 3A title this weekend. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, Jay Wilcox profiles 2 senior leaders for the Red Knights.
They're back in a familiar spot. Reaching the state tournament one last time is a thrill for Benilde-St. Margaret's senior guards Kendall McGee and Zahara Bishop.
It's always exciting just getting ready for state week. It's just a big stage for us to play on and just be able to showcase our talent as a team and what we can do and hopefully go for a 3rd in a row.
We know the pressure, we know what to expect from each game, so I think if we come in each game confident, I think we'll be perfectly fine.
For McGee, being back on the court this year is a relief. She missed all of her junior season after a serious knee injury in the state tournament of her sophomore year resulted in 2 surgeries. Coming back was not easy, physically or mentally.
I would say it was a lot of both. I mean, being out for as long as I was very unsure of who I would be and how I would be when I got back. The physical part, that was also pretty tough as I had some issues along the way, but that kind of came on its own, and even now still working with the mental aspect of things, but yet again, my team, teammates, coaches, everyone, they've just all been there for me every step of the way to help kind of overcome that.
Yes, it was really hard. I still remember the day when she got hurt and how I reacted. I was devastated and I was praying that nothing bad happened to her, and she pushed herself as much as she can and she's back healthy again, and she's almost back to where she was a few years ago, and hopefully that one day she can be at her full potential as she was sophomore year.
She's gone through a lot, not only physically but mentally, trying to find her way back and questioning, can I do the things I did before? Do we want her to do the things she did before?
Bishop tops the Red Knights in scoring at over 19 points per game and can score in a variety of ways. She gives them some swagger, too.
Well, Zahara brings so much. I mean, she's also a leader, and I think a bunch of the younger girls look up to her so much. And she brings the intensity, I think, too. I mean, we all want it, but I think Zahara, she commands us in the way that she, brings the intensity and makes us all want it a little bit more.
I would say she's really, really funny, really passionate. I know for me specifically, she's always been there throughout this whole injury and just being able to lift me up and being a good teammate. So yeah, she's a great friend and a great teammate, and I really enjoy playing with her.
McGee could always score, first catching our attention with this 40-point outing against Maranatha Christian as an 8th grader playing for Brack.
I probably think of that as one of my best games that I've had in my high school career as well. I was just out there playing and just creating plays, and unfortunately we didn't get to win that game, but it was still a very fun one that I look back and remember very well.
She's changed her game this season after returning from the injury. McGee's averaging 12 points, but also 5.5 rebounds and nearly 5 assists.
I just really wanted to improve on getting my teammates involved and just really showcasing the passing abilities that I have. And also it's just good to see my other teammates score, and it's fun when we're all just out there doing our thing and me able to find them when they're open.
They'll both be playing D1 basketball next year. Bishop's headed to New Jersey.
I committed to Seton Hall because out of all my picks throughout all my colleges, I thought Seton Hall was the best fit for me. It's in the Big East, so I think I'll be playing with competition more.
While McGee will be in Omaha to play for Creighton.
Yeah, they've been pretty consistent even way before my injury. I think dating back all the way to freshman year, and I took a visit there and I really liked it to begin with, and then I took a visit again and I kind of really fell in love with the place and the team, coaches, and just everything about it.
They've left their marks on the Benilde-St. Margaret's program. Kendall, McGee, Zahara, Bishop, and their teammates will be fondly remembered by Red Knights fans for years to come. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm Jay Wilcox.